And right now on Fox 61 here at 5 o'clock, it is Election Day. The polls are open for 3 more hours. And right now our team is at several polling locations around the state. You're looking at voters in Windham and New Britain. Coming up in just a bit, we'll check in with those crews just to see how things are going. Thank you for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Tim Lammers.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. A little shocking to see that the sun has already gone down, too. Did you see that? I was like, wait, now what time is it? Before we take you live, though, to those polling locations, we're hearing from Secretary of the State Stephanie Thomas. She spent much of her day addressing lower voter turnout in these smaller elections across Connecticut compared to midterms or the presidential elections.
Yeah, Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has those numbers and how voters prepared to cast their votes.
I'm standing outside of Hartford Public Library, one of the city's busiest polling locations. But you wouldn't know that because a lot of people said they didn't even know about the elections. Places that have mayoral races are seeing higher voter turnout, but polls like these are seeing slower foot traffic.
Officials say 80% of voters in Connecticut turn out regularly for presidential elections. That number plummets, however, during off years. But Secretary of the State Stephanie Thomas says local elections are just as important.
Usually we see turnout of only 33% in these municipal elections. These decisions are the things that shape your community every day. So I do hope Connecticut voters will go out and not give up this opportunity to decide how to shape their community.
Thomas says most people know if there's a mayoral election, but she finds many remain uninformed about smaller ones like Board of Education, aldermen, or town council.
The reasons are varied. I've certainly heard from people who have said they don't know what's on the ballot. I hear that a lot. Some people have even said they didn't realize there were elections in the so-called off years.
Thomas says more than 212,000 voters took advantage of the first year for early voting in municipal elections. That number will make up 25% of all turnout should it remain the same from 2023. Hartford voter Melia Allen instead opted to go in person.
Honestly, I had more time on today on Election Day. I'm really lucky that the early voting location is literally right next door to my polling place. So I really like that I have the option to early vote when I need to.
When Allen came, only about 30 people has shown up in person to vote at the library.
I think it's always a little bit surprising to me when it's a lower number. I'm hoping that means that a lot of people came on to early vote.
Bill DeBella and his wife also took advantage of in-person voting, but aren't as surprised by the turnout.
Generally, you get inundated with political ads and political candidates and everything else. You don't get it in this kind of an election. It's a school board election, and every community is different. You know, its size of the community makes a lot of difference too.
Thomas says there were some issues earlier with some locations not using the recommended pins for the new tabulator technology, but she said that the tabulator company does have technicians deployed to help fix those issues. In Hartford, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.